Bonsai is an ancient Japanese art form that has been practiced for over 1,000 years. It originated in China and was later brought to Japan by Buddhist monks. The word bonsai is derived from the Japanese words bon, which means tray or pot, and sai, which means plant or tree. In Japan, bonsai is not just a hobby or a form of art, it is also a cultural practice that represents harmony, balance, and respect for nature. Bonsai trees are often seen as a symbol of the Japanese aesthetic and have been featured in many forms of Japanese art and literature throughout history. The first recorded mention of bonsai in Japan dates back to the Heian period 794–1185, where it was practiced by the aristocracy as a form of indoor gardening. However, it was not until the Edo period 1603–1868 that bonsai became more widely practiced among the Japanese people. During this time, bonsai was considered a form of entertainment and was often displayed in public exhibitions. Today, bonsai is still a popular art form in Japan and has spread across the world. It is now practiced by people of all ages and backgrounds, and has become a way for many people to connect with nature and express their bonsai trees can be styled in various ways, each with its own unique aesthetic appeal. The most common styles of bonsai include formal upright, informal upright, and slanting. Formal upright style is characterized by a straight trunk with branches arranged in a symmetrical pattern. The branches are trimmed to be shorter as they move up the tree, giving the tree a pyramid-like shape. This style is often used for coniferous trees such as pine and juniper. Informal upright style, on the other hand, is more natural looking. The trunk is still straight but may curve slightly, and the branches are arranged in a more random pattern. This style is often used for deciduous trees such as maple and elm. Slanting style is achieved by tilting the trunk of the tree at an angle, giving the impression of a tree being buffeted by strong winds. This style is often used for trees that grow on slopes or cliffs in nature. Other styles of bonsai include cascade, semi-cascade, and literati. Cascade style is when the trunk of the tree cascades down, often over the edge of the pot. Semi-cascade is similar but the trunk does not extend as far down. Literati style is characterized by an asymmetrical, windswept appearance with few branches. In addition to these styles, there are also various techniques used in bonsai cultivation, such as wiring branches to shape them and using bonsai soil to ensure proper drainage and nutrient absorption. Whether you prefer a formal, symmetrical bonsai or a more natural-looking tree, there are many styles and techniques to explore in the art of bonsai. Choosing the right species of tree for your bonsai is crucial in ensuring its health and longevity. Some trees are more suitable for bonsai cultivation than others, as they have growth habits that allow for shaping and pruning. One of the most popular species for bonsai is the Japanese maple. Its delicate leaves and beautiful colors make it a stunning addition to any bonsai collection. The other great option is the Chinese elm, which is known for its hardiness and adaptability to different climates. The pine tree is also a popular choice, as it has a unique shape and can be trained to create a realistic miniature version of a full-grown pine tree. It's important to note that not all trees are suitable for bonsai cultivation. For example, trees with large leaves or brittle branches may not be able to withstand the frequent pruning and shaping required in bonsai cultivation. It's also important to consider the growth rate of a tree, as some species may outgrow their container quickly and require frequent repotting. Overall, choosing the right species of tree for your bonsai requires research and careful consideration. By selecting a species with the right growth habits and adaptability to container cultivation, you can create a beautiful and healthy bonsai that will thrive for years to come. Maintaining a bonsai tree can be a challenging task, but it is crucial to ensure that your miniature tree stays healthy and beautiful. In this section, we will discuss the proper care and maintenance of bonsai trees, including watering, fertilizing, pruning, and repotting. Firstly, let's talk about watering. Bonsai trees require regular watering, but overwatering can be harmful. It is essential to check the soil's moisture level before watering and ensure that the water drains out quickly. Watering should be done when the soil's surface feels dry to the touch, and the tree should be watered thoroughly until the water runs out of the drainage holes of the container. The next important aspect of bonsai care is fertilizing. Bonsai trees need nutrients to thrive, and fertilizing helps to provide those nutrients. It is recommended to use a balanced fertilizer, which contains equal amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Fertilization should be done during the growing season, which is typically from early spring to late summer. Pruning is another critical aspect of bonsai care. Pruning helps to shape the tree and keep it in a miniature form. It also promotes the growth of new buds and branches. Pruning should be done regularly, and it is recommended to use sharp and clean pruning tools to avoid damaging the tree. Lastly, repotting is necessary for bonsai trees to ensure that they have enough room for their roots to grow. Repotting should be done every 2 to 3 years, depending on the tree's growth rate. It is recommended to repot the tree during the spring season when the new growth is starting. In conclusion, proper care and maintenance are essential for the health and beauty of bonsai trees. By following the guidelines for watering, fertilizing, pruning, and repotting, you can ensure that your miniature tree thrives and becomes a beautiful piece of art. Now that you've learned about the history of bonsai, the different styles and techniques, the best species of trees to use, and how to care for your bonsai trees, it's time to talk about how to display and showcase your bonsai creations. One of the most important aspects of bonsai is the presentation. We want your bonsai tree to look aesthetically pleasing and showcase its beauty in the best way possible. To do this, you need to choose the right container for your bonsai. The container should complement the tree's style and size and should not overshadow the tree's natural beauty. When choosing a container, you should consider the color and texture of the pot. A dark-colored pot will make the foliage stand out, while a light-colored pot will emphasize the trunk and branches. The texture of the pot should also match the tree's style. For example, a raw-textured pot will complement a tree with rugged bark, while a smooth-textured pot will suit a tree with a smoother bark. Once you have chosen the right container, it's time to arrange your bonsai tree in a visually appealing way. One of the most common techniques is the rule of thirds, which involves placing the tree off-center in the pot, creating a more dynamic composition. You can also use rocks, moss, and other decorative elements to enhance the overall look of your bonsai. It's important to remember that bonsai is not just a tree in a pot, but rather a living work of art. It requires time, patience, and dedication to create and maintain. By taking the time to choose the right container and arranging it in an aesthetically pleasing way, you can showcase the beauty of your bonsai tree for all.